Well, I've got an issue with the pink car, the electric ride-on car. What's happened is, even after a good charge, there's our battery indicator, there it is, we've only got low battery. And if we try and go forward or backwards, so engage forward mode, there's our pedal, we get this. And it just cuts out. So yeah, it's not very happy. I've tried to charge it overnight, give it a good boost, but I think what's happened is the batteries have probably worn out. So turned it back on again. Yeah, you can see it's only on red. So I think what's happened is the batteries have worn out. So one or more have just given up the ghost. Let's try it in reverse. Yeah, just cuts right out. So it tries for a few seconds and then off we go. So let's just dig into where the batteries are on this one. It's fairly easy actually. It's got two screws either side of the seat. So one here, one there. It's a crosshead. Let's get these out. And then if we lift the seat out, there we go, it comes out in one piece. There's our batteries. So we've got two of these, and we've got this protection bar. This keeps the batteries in place, so we need to remove that and have a quick look at these. What we can do is we can just check the voltages on these. So what have we got here? A little relay or something here, little protection circuit. 7 amps. So we've got a plus on the red, that's coming from that relay, and then we've got a daisy chain that goes from the negative back to the plus again on the second battery, and then finally the negative wire that goes back into this control box. Now this should have been stuck on to the side with hot glue, but it's come off. Well, that's not too bad, but there's our main control box. And then just to show you, we've got the two motors here, a lot smaller than I thought they would be actually, and this one's loose, so a bit of maintenance to do there. I mean, yeah, maybe that's the way they are, but I guess these cars don't have MOTs, so these little things go unnoticed. But here's our batteries. So I just wanted to show you one of these because they are freely available. They're about 10 or so pounds, but I want to see which one's faulty. I don't want to replace both if I can get away with it. So let's remove this bar, and then we'll have a look at a battery. So again, crosshead screwdriver needed. Right, let's get these out. Obviously don't short anything out. This does have a kind of a protection on it. There's a heat shrink tube on there, look. Right, and then we can have a look at the battery. Ooh, it's a Zinlinia battery. So you can find the model number because it's got this 3FM4 on it. And then it's got 6 volts, 4 amp hours. So that's how you would detect this one. And yeah, you can get these off some popular sites. So one of these, or both, are knackered. So let's have a quick look. Let's turn it back on again. Sorry for that horrendous noise. I wish that wouldn't do that. Not at full volume anyway. Right, let's have a look at... I'm going to go for negative on here. Have a look at our multimeter. It's got this hot snot on it. So I'm going to jam one in there. Let's try the positive. Right, so I'm just testing the first battery, and already straight away I've only got 3.8 volts. So I've tried to give this a charge over the last few hours, so I would say this battery here is faulty. Let's just check the other one. So negative. and then positive. Let's have a look what we get. So we're looking for 6 volts. So there we go, 6.3. So I would say this battery here has given up the ghost. Let's just try again. Let's have a quick look. These are not easy to get in with a hot snot on them. So let's just put that there. Right, there we go. Yeah, 3.8 volts. And you can also do a test, because if you load the car up, let's see what happens to the voltage. Yeah, that's dropping. You can see that's literally just dropping. Let's just have a quick look at the other one, compare, because I think this one's okay. Right, 6 volts. Let's have a quick look. Aha, there we go. So that didn't really drop. Let's just try one more time. So what it does is it actually cuts out. This must be a protection system. So we've got 6 volts on this second battery. So it's not dropping at all. So that's pretty good. This one is dropping big time. So it looks like we just need to order one battery. So let's get that ordered. What we'll have to do is just remember the order of the wiring. If you bought this brand new, you would have wired this up yourself, I think, because they would have come disconnected, possibly, or something would have come disconnected. But so let's just get the positive off there, negative off there, well, technically the loop wire, which is still red, and then we'll buy another one of these batteries, get it replaced, and we'll see if we can get this car working again. So let's do that. So we can also test the charger. There's our naff little charger there, look. Little power brick. I'm going to put the positive into the middle, and then we'll just touch the outer. And just down there you can see we've got a nice 14.5 volts coming in. Nice and steady. So that says to me that, you know, at least we're getting a good charge circuit. I also get only a green light, not a red light, and that should be red for charging. So that does tell me that, you know, it's obviously not happy with this battery, because there's some intelligence in here. Let's just make sure that it doesn't overcharge. By the way, also another little test. If you plug your charger in and then test the voltage at the batteries. So again, you would just probe, plug them in there, and then check your multimeter. I'm getting 7.8 volts, so that's probably 7.8 volts on each. So we are trying to charge these, so at least when you plug in the charger you are getting voltage going in. So this one is taking a charge, but it's obviously not able to store that for any length of time. Let's try the other one. So let's just try the other one. I expect it should be the same. Right, there we go. So got those in there. Oh, they're slightly less actually, so only 6.5. So again, maybe that battery's having issue and it's yeah, it's just not taking the charge. Go across both, we are seeing our 14 volts, so at least we know that we are getting a charge going into these batteries. But this one on its own seems to be faulty, so I'm going to get one. I'm going to get a Lucas brand and we'll see how that fares. Right, the new battery has arrived, nicely packed. I think it's a branded one, Lucas one, so we're going to get that swapped out now. Let's open it up. Right, here it is. Yep, there we go, Lucas. Known brand. So there it is. It's got the model name LSLA4-6. So 6 volts, 4 amp hours. So there we go. Quite heavy. But looks really nice. It's got the little protections on, so we need to make sure we take those off before we install, or certainly before we plug it in. But there we go. It'll probably need a good full charge. No instructions for this one about charging, but yep, that's going to go in there, look. So we've got the red on that pin, on that contact, and then that loop, which is also red, to make it a bit weird. That's going from negative to positive on the next battery. We know that this one's the faulty one, so let's get that one replaced. So let's get this out. Right, so let's see if we can get those off without damaging the spade connector. Right, well, I've got them off. They needed 2 hands and quite a bit of strength to get them off. I don't see any locking pin in there, but there probably is some sort of small tab. But they just literally just press on, and then once you've done it a few times, they become quite easy. Same with that one. So there we go. So that's our loop. That's our positive from the little switch there. Right, let's get this one in. So this one out. Let's get this one back in, keeping the orientation the same. Let's get the negative in and positive. It's probably going to be empty, but we probably need a charge. Let's have a look, see if it works. Well, already we've got full green lights across the board, so let's just try this. Wow, okay, that has definitely fixed that. So that's perfect. Now you may wish to put a bit of glue on here, just a bit of hot glue if you really want to. I don't think I'll bother, they're quite secure, but just make sure you get that loop connection the right way. And yeah, just make sure you get positive there. So the last thing is just to plug in the charger, just to give that a full boost. And yep, confirmed, we've now got a red light, which means it is taking charge. So that other battery was obviously faulty, which is why when I plugged it in, it wouldn't even take charge. So that's great. So now we'll top it fully up. This one here seems to be okay, so that'll get a nice top up as well. So yeah, just make sure you get that positive from here into the new battery, and then that loop wire from negative to positive on the second battery, and of course that negative there goes back into the control box. If you do one at a time, it's a lot easier just to replace those so you don't get them mixed up. So then it's a case of getting your bar back in. Just make sure you don't short any terminals out when you put that back into position. One in there, one in there. So lock that down. One in there, one in there. Where's my screwdriver? There we go. Remember, you're going into plastic. Oh, dear. Tight enough to hold those batteries in position. There we go, nicely in position. When you've done that, make sure all your wire connections are in. Make sure that nothing's going to get snagged as you put the seat on, especially this one here. I think that just kind of tucks down here somewhere. Same with this large one. Make sure it's tucked down enough. Okay, and then for the seat, at the back of the seat we've got these 2 little clips here. So one there and one there, little tabs. They have to go into these 2 holes here. So they go in first, so it kind of goes back as a tilt. There we go, that's in. And then once you've done that, you can press the seat down, like so. So it goes in at the back, and then you can press that down, and then it's just a case of screwing these up. And again with these, don't go too tight because they are just plastic. You don't want to go too crazy on those, just enough to make sure it's secure. Like I say, the back is held in place by those 2 clips. There we go, that's the job done. So thanks very much for watching. Hope it's helped. Cheers for now.